Hello! Welcome to episode 14 of Mel-Tran Designs Knitting Corner. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry and on Plurk. Mel-Tran Designs. We have a group on Ravelry called Mel-Tran Designs. Today is Wednesday, March 13th, 2013, and here we go. I wanted to address something really quick. I've talked about wanting to get on Blip and iTunes. Blip has rejected me a few times. The first 3 times were because of poor quality, but now that I have my new laptop with a new camera, they don't have that excuse anymore. So I wanted to read to you what they said to me and let you make your own decisions, and then I'll tell you what my plans are for the future. So all they said in response was, "Not right for Blip." I thought, okay. So I responded with, "You realize you host nearly every knitting podcast that's available to watch, right? My show isn't any different than any of theirs, so what makes me not good enough for you?" Then they said they were passing it on. I got a response that says, "We are aware that there are several legacy shows that are similar to your show. We are working with our existing producers to help them understand our new quality initiatives and are heading off new shows at the pass. We are an advertising-supported business, and these changes are in response from their feedback." So take that as you will. If I was already on Blip and found out that they had said that to someone trying to get on, I would be a little bit worried. I don't know what they're talking about quality-wise, because most of the podcasts I watch have great quality and whatnot. I don't think they realize if they get rid of knitting podcasts, just how many of us there are. So, I'm, excuse me, trying to figure out a way to be able to get on iTunes. I was hoping to be able to be on Blip and iTunes because there are people on both. I wasn't wanting to use Blip just as a way to get to iTunes. It was just going to make it easier. But until they pull their heads out of their butts, I have no choice but to stay. You can do that. But to stay on YouTube only for now until I figure some stuff out. So thank you for sticking with me over here, and I hope you continue to come back. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy our time together. As you can see, I have a little bit of a different background. I cleaned yesterday. I know. And moved my little stash cubby over next to the bookcase, and thought it might be fun to sit in front of it here on the floor and let you look a little bit of pretties. To be honest, this really is pretty much my whole stash. I do have other random kind of balls of yarn here and there, and have some stuff separated out that is like remnants and things like that. But these are my cubbies that Jake got for me a couple Christmases ago that I love, 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 love. It goes lace weight, fingering, sport DK, bigger, so small to big. It houses my scale, my Knit Picks yarn scale, and I haven't really put stuff back up after moving it yesterday. There's usually a bowl on top of the scale, and I have a cute sheep that I keep up there anyway. And I moved it over here, 1, because I wanted to move the love seat under the window where it was, and 2, as you can see here on the bookshelf, sorry, that's a cattail, I have my fiber, and this is my hand spun over here, and then further over is a few shawls and a couple hats, and then these are my knitting books. So anyway, I just thought it would be fun to sit over here and have all my stuff together and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, happenings this week. Kyan had a birthday. She turned 7 last week on Wednesday. That was fun. Let's see, my dad took her out. He always takes the kids out for their birthday to build a bear. And 2 years ago she got a bear. Last year she got a new outfit for it. And then this year she got a new one again. He takes them out to dinner. I don't remember if I said that. Anyway, so she did that. It was a lot of fun. I did finish her monsters. I could only find one of the babies before I recorded. I don't know where they disappeared to, but I'll show you that in my FOs. I have pictures on my Ravelry page, project page, so you can look there. Let's see, what else happened this week? Nothing that's standing out. I finished my Stitch Surfer sock class. Yeah, I think it's been fairly uneventful. I don't know, I went out to dinner with my grandma on Monday like I do once a month. We went to Texas Roadhouse, which was good. I don't know. If you think of anything that I missed that you know of, let me know. I'll talk about it next week. I was going to say, oh, classes. I wanted to get that in here. I'm going to be teaching a sweater class in April. It's going to be the vodka lemonade pattern. It will be 4 classes, but over the course of 5 weeks. I have found when I knit a sweater, because not everyone knits, or when I teach a sweater class, not everyone knits at the same speed, obviously. And last year, I had a clogging competition right in the middle of a sweater class I was teaching. So we did 2 classes, had a break, and did 2 classes, and it was perfect because in that break, people were able to kind of catch up if they'd gotten behind or whatever. So I'm going to do that again. If you're interested and you live in the Valley, it's going to be it's going to be Friday nights, April 5th and 12th. We're going to skip the 19th, and then we will come back the 26th and May 3rd. Like I said, vodka lemonade pattern. I have chosen the yarn for it, which is going to be Barocco Vintage DK, which is awesome yarn. Love it, love, love, love. The one that I'm making mine out of is going to be my Volmisa DK, but that's just because I have it and was already going to make it. And then people in my class said, hey, we really like that sweater. We want to do a class on it. And I said, okay. So we're going to be doing that. Like I said, if you're interested, send me a PM or an email, melissa@meltrandesigns.com. Whichever way you would like to contact me would be fine. And I'll let you know the cost and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, I think that's all in happenings this week. Next week I will have some clogging goodness for you because I have a competition this weekend, and I know that's kind of happenings this next week, and it'll be covered in happenings this week. Next week! Just letting you know, I will be in Pocatello for the weekend. Saturday night, I will actually get to go to Idaho Falls and spend the night at Sassy Sheep House. Ah! Yay! Super excited about that. The competition's going to be amazing. I have 4 dances this time instead of just 2. 2 solos and 2 team dances, and it's going to be great. So, yeah, my sister's going to go with me to help me record. So I will have videos for you guys and, yeah, recap. I think that's all I had to talk about. So let's jump into the knitting. Move this here. All right. I have a place that sells some of my knitted items. It's a family farm that has kind of a little farm store gift shop thing, and they have a lot of locally made stuff. And the owner called me and said, hey, we're out of a couple of things from you and we need some more. I said, alrighty. Which is a good thing. That means they have a check for me when I take this stuff in. Hooray for money. Especially right before going to Sassy Sheep House, right? So a couple of the things that I stock over there are coffee cup cozies, like if you go to Starbucks or whatever, and you don't want your hand to be scalded off of your body. I haven't actually finished these. These are crocheted. I know, shocker. I do know how to crochet. So they're just very simple half double crochet, back and forth, By doing it back and forth this way, it makes it really stretchy. So depending on, it can fit any size cup. And then what I will do is actually put two buttons here. And because of the holes of the stitch, they'll be able to fit over the buttons. So if the cup is this big, then that'll be great. But if maybe this gets a little bit stretched out, or if it's a smaller cup, they can stretch it around and put the buttons wherever they want. This is made out of Big Trend. I think I have a skein of it right here. This is Big Trend by Marks and Cattons. It has kind of that Noro effect, the slow color changing effect. This is a wool acrylic blend, and it's a great deal. For $10, you get 330 yards of what they consider a worsted. It does kind of bloom to a worsted. It's light worsted anyway. They don't have color names, they just have shades, and this one is not even what I was using. I just pulled it out in case I needed more. And what I did was I held it doubled from the inside and outside of the skein, so the colors kind of crossed, which was cool. So I'll just show you really quick the ones that I've done. So I have this one, and this one's kind of cool because the red met up, but holding it in person, trying to see, you can see the color variations just a little. Really cool. And then this is out of that same skein, and this one as well. So it's fun because I make all these out of the same skein, but you can't, they're not all identical. And then there was another skein that I had with yellow, lavender, and kind of a gold. I don't know if that's showing up very well. I have some natural lighting today. It's great. When I hold them up, you'll see. So here's one that I did sideways like the others. But then I also did a couple long way. I wanted to try them out, and they ended up about the same size as the others, so I'm just going to leave them. So there's this one. Let's see. It's a little bit better if I hold it back here, I guess. And this one. Man, that's really washing it out. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the trick is to hold it closer. Sorry, I'm not used to this whole autofocus thing. It's kind of nice. Oh yeah, see, there you go. So I don't love the yellow and purple a lot, but it's very springy, and she said, hey, if you have some spring colors, that'd be great. So people will like these for Easter and spring and stuff. So, oh, this one did turn out kind of cool because it was more the gold, the darker gold. And another thing that they stock and are like 100% out of are these these soap sacks. This one doesn't have the drawstring in it yet. I made some knitted ones just before Christmas. No, that's not going to focus. Just before Christmas, and they have some homemade cut your own soap. So they just have a big chunk, and you just cut off whatever, and they weigh it, and that's how much you pay. And she was saying that not only do people like them because, soap and a soap sack go together really well, sometimes when they would cut it, small pieces would come off, but they could put all of it in here and be able to utilize even those little pieces. So this is one that I already had knit, but I decided to crochet them instead because it would go a lot faster. And so I just kind of made up a little crochet pattern in my head. So I have two of these blues. Here's what it looks like cinched up. Isn't that cute? And it's actually, it looks really tiny on there. You can see, I mean, it's big enough for some soap. And when it's wet, these things stretch like crazy. So I have two blues and two of these lime greens and two orange. Here, let's turn it on. Aren't those fun and colorful? They make me very happy. So hopefully the people who are wanting spring colors will be happy with these and will buy them. I still have a decent amount of all three of those colors left. I need to kind of roll this one still. I can make probably two out of these at least. This one seems a little bit lighter. And then with whatever's left over, I'm thinking I could put the colors together to make one. So anyway, that is my crocheting, I guess, for the week, and some finished / what I'm working on, because I still have more. Obviously, these don't have the buttons on them yet, and they all need to have tags on them. So anyway, these were crocheted on a size G Laurel Hill crochet hook. I love this thing. It's ebony, and if you've never heard of Laurel Hill before, I think it's just laurelhillonline.com. Let's see if there you go. laurelhillonline.com. These are amazing. They're so soft and smooth and very comfortable to crochet with. This is a shawl pin from them that's actually made out of one of their knitting needles that didn't pass inspection, so they put this cute little cap on it. Anyway, so there is that. Let me move this bag out of the way here and get some knitting. That's why you're here, right? Not crochet. Pfft. Who needs crochet? All right, I started a new sweater for Eli. I think I had talked about it before. Yeah, in my acquisitions a few weeks ago when I got some the Knit Picks yarn in, I said that it was for a rainbow sweater for Eli because the other one that he had felted a little bit. And it's right there. I could probably grab it. But anyway, the pattern that I'm using is called Hot Shot. I'm not trying to hide this. I'm just showing you the name of the pattern. It's called Hot Shot by Julia Stanfield. And I'm going to keep my finger in here. I don't want to lose my place, so I can put it back. This is a kind of a long booklet. Here's a picture of it. As you can see, it's a vest hoodie with a kangaroo pouch. And it goes, as you can see, newborn to 10. So it's really a great deal because you not only get this pattern, but you get, if you get the booklet, there's a cardigan pattern. There's actually a little teddy bear cardigan that matches, which is super cute, and long sleeve. Anyway, there are a lot of ways that you can customize this. So I'm wanting to say the e-booklet book thing is $9 or something like that, but you get a ton. So anyway, this is a 20-page pattern that I printed out, and that's not even all of it. And I did front and back on my new printer. Oh my gosh. I have to tell you, so we got a new Brother printer, laser printer, which is awesome. And I said, okay, this is 20 pages, so I want it. I clicked on front and back, black and white only, print. It was done in a minute. It was awesome. Because I'm used to our crappy little inkjet thing that the feeder wouldn't feed in, so I would have to put it in by hand, and then if I wanted it two-sided, I'd have to pull it out and really fast. Anyway, it was hectic and crazy, and it didn't always work. And anyway, this is awesome. So I am knitting on size US 6s. It calls for 7s, but my gauge was a little bit too big, so I went down.
I'm hungry.
Okay, bud, go get some food. I went down to a size 6, and let me get this turned right side out. Here is what I have so far. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I love it. So I've made it through the rainbow once, and then I've started over again. Just started the first row of the yellow, and actually I guess I should hold it this way so you can see. The top is nearly done. I have 2 more rows of this part with the seed stitch, and then I will bind off these stitches, and the sleeve part will be done, and I'll just be going, so it'll go really fast. This is only 2 nights worth, well, 1 night and a little last night. I only did 6 or 7 rows on it last night, so all of this was done the night before. So as you can see, you start with the neck.
Do you have those french fries?
Yes, they're in the refrigerator. Please let me finish. Eli, let me finish talking to the computer, please. That's what I call it. I say, I'm going to go talk to my computer for a while. Can you play? Anyway, I don't have a lot of ends. I'll show you where my ends are here in a second. But you start at the neck. It's top down, obviously, top down raglan. And you make this cute little kind of V-neck button band. You don't put buttonholes in it, but it's fine. You don't actually need them because the seed stitch can stretch out enough that you can put a button through. And so there's that. I think it's super cute. And then what you do is you go down, finish the body, and then you add the hood on later and the kangaroo pocket. So that will be that. You'll see a lot of progress. It possibly will be done next week. My goal is to have it done before I leave on Friday. I don't actually have to leave until like 4. I don't even really have to even leave that early. The schedule came out. Our team competes at 9:30 and 10 o'clock on Friday night. And it's like 3.5 hours away. So, but I'm going to leave at about 4 just to give myself time. I have to be there about an hour early anyway, but it'll give me time to check into the hotel, get my makeup on, get kind of situated. I don't like to rush on competition day if I can help it at all because it's stressful enough as it is and I don't want to add stress to it. Okay, Eli, you need to go in the other room, please. Go take it in my room. Go take it in my room. Thank you. Oh, now Lucy's going to decide to play with the cat. So, I'm really sorry. So, I want to be done with this by Friday, if possible. And I did tell you I was going to show you the inside. I learned a way to weave in the ends as I go. It's not knitting with them doubled. It's not any technique that I've ever seen except for the person who showed me how to do it. So I don't know the name for it, like I said, because I've never seen anybody else do it. But either way, I weave them in as I go. So all of these ends are secure. I leave a little tail out for just after the first time it's washed, but no tails to weave in at all. So yay! That is on Knit Picks Swish DK. That's really, there we go, reflecting that. And I can tell you the colors really quick if you want to know. Let's start with the red. So the red must be the Serrano. Orange is orange. That's really creative, isn't it? Yellow is honey. Green is moss. Blue is dusk. And purple is eggplant. And if you want a repeat of those or don't remember them, PM me and I'll let you know. Anyway, I love that they're the darker, kind of the a little bit darker, not quite so like primary bright colors. Anyway, he's super excited. I'm happy to be knitting it for him. It's been in the back of my mind for quite a while, and I was feeling guilty for not working on it because he's 4. All he knows is, hey, mommy has yarn to make my new sweater, and she's not doing it. So yeah, hopefully that'll be done next week in my FOs. I have worked on a couple of other things. I need to talk about that in a minute. I've been working on my mystery shawl. So if you are also working on it and don't want to see it, then look away. I will show you Haley's first. This is the Graphic Infection shawl by Josh Ricks. It's the mystery knit along that we're doing for the Zombie Knit Apocalypse group, but anybody could have joined in, and if you like this design, then he will be putting it back up for sale after the knit along is done. This cable is really curly, so I'm going to hold it up the best I can. Maybe I'll use my mouth to get it pulled out, but okay. There you go. This yarn, sorry Haley, I just put your shawl in my mouth. I'll wash it first before I send it to you or give it to you. This is 2 different MCN bases. Now I have fiber in my mouth. The blue is Huckleberry Knits Cascara, which like I said is for MCN, and it's a custom order blue. The red is Indigo Dragonfly, and the colorway is When I Bit Into Him, I Could Hear the Ocean. And that's a pretty true representation of the colors. So anyway, there's that one. I'm loving working on it, and I keep pestering Josh that he needs to hurry up and send out the next clue, even though it's not going to come out till Thursday night / Friday morning. I still give him a hard time because I really want to work on it. It's a fun pattern. So there's that one in my Loopy U bag. And my next one is in my cooperative press bag. This one is mine. And, oh, it's falling out of my yarn holder. Let's get it held open for you here so you can see. The green is Huckleberry Knits in her BFL Bamboo blend. I don't remember what the base is called, and I tried to look it up on Ravelry and couldn't find it. So my tag is here somewhere, my ball band. Anyway, and the silver is the Grinning Gargoyle in her shimmer lace, and it's a merino, silk, and stellina blend. I don't know if you can see any of the sparkles catching the light or not. And that's actually a lace weight held doubled. We found out some really good news this last week. The Grinning Gargoyle is going to be vending it at Zombie Knit Apocalypse. So I sent her a message and said, hey, I'm using some of your yarn for the mystery knit along, and I think my wallet is going to get a lot lighter in your booth. I'm really excited that she's coming. The only time I've ever seen her stuff in person is at Sock Summit. So anyway, here's the yarn. I wound them together, and I'm actually pushing this in here. What I'm doing is the silver I'm pulling from the top outside here, and then the green, to keep them separate, the green is coming out of the bottom. A friend of mine showed me this. So this is one of my wristies. It's not usually this big, but they stretch really well. And I do actually sell them. I haven't talked about them really on here. I need to get them back up on my site. But you can custom order pretty much any color that I'm able to get in the Barocco Vintage DK. And they're $15. And I'll talk about them a little bit more another time. So, all right, let's move along. We're already at 28 minutes. Holy moly. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Let's see if no, that's empty. I don't think I've worked on anything. Oh, I'm a liar. Just ignore that. I did start something else that I was working on. Well, I have 2 things that I've started, but this one I kind of forgot about. So, talk about this first that I had pulled out. This is a test knit for Kimberly Gintar she's Kimberlolly of the Giving Flower podcast. She made some Giving Flower mitts, and I loved them. I hope this shows up. It actually doesn't show up really well, but I like it, and that's fine with me. Oh, I guess it does. It shows up better than I thought. So the blue is Anzula yarn in their Cloud. I think it's Cloud. It's an MCN base. This is leftover. Eli, stop. Okay. Do you want me to put the password in?
No, I'm not going to put any.
Okay, why don't you go downstairs for a minute? All right. So the blue and the gray are left over from my Rockefeller. The gray is some, now I'm not going to think of it. It's organic merino, something island, Swan's Island, organic merino. It feels like the MCN. You seriously can't tell a difference. The only thing is that it's dyed with indigo, so your hands turn like gray, blue when you're knitting with it. But I'm done knitting with it on this one. And then the red is some, I can show you this. Some that my friend Amanda got for me. The ball band, I don't know where the ball band is because I wound this up a while back. It's in my stash on Ravelry, and I'm not going to look it up right now. It's called Mountain Merino. It's from Montana. If you really, really, really want to know what it is, let me know, and I will tell you. But I really like it. It's a 2-ply, and I liked it with this. So it's the flower part, and then on the back we have the stems. So anyway, there's not a huge contrast with the gray and the blue, but like I said, I'm okay with that. I love teal and gray together, like love, love, love them together. So yeah, I need to work on this. This was done in one day last Thursday, and I haven't touched it since. These are on my new Chow Goose that I got. This is the 2.5, the US 2.5 3.0 millimeter, and the ribbing was on one size smaller than that. So those have just taken a break while I was doing a couple of other things and working on Eli's sweater. The other thing that I cast on that it was while I was impatient waiting for the next clue in Josh's shawl. If you've seen the new Knitty that came out, there's a pattern called Lunatic Fringe. And before I show you, let me tell you that I don't like fringe as a rule of thumb. And especially when people put it along the edge of a shawl or like a whole poncho with fringe all over the place. If you like it, that's fine. I really, really don't like it. I think it's horribly tacky. But that being said, the Lunatic Fringe shawl, I don't have my pattern with me either, does not look like regular fringe where you have just the strands hanging out. It's knitted fringe, and it's not very long, and so it's very tastefully placed. And as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted to use on it, and it's some hand spun that I have that I know I've shown this before back at the beginning when I started podcasting. It looks different now because it's wound up in a skein or in a cake. This is some hand spun that I did last year out of 2 bats from the Sassy Sheep, and it reminds me of chocolate covered cherries. And it has, I'm trying to see, can you see the sparkle in there, here and there? Here's kind of a clump of fire star. So it was dark brown with brown fire star and this dark red with red fire star, and then the white was just plain. And I spun it up last spring and entered it into a skein contest at the Fiber Train, which is the fiber festival here in town, and I won. And I thought, as soon as I saw that pattern, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be, sorry, I'm just going to turn, that would be perfect for this hand spun. And Fiber Train is coming up at the end of May, so I thought it would be fun to have it knit into something this year after having one with it last year. And the Sassy Sheep will be vending again, so I was thinking I could maybe hang it in her booth to kind of show what you can do with her stuff. The pattern calls for a worsted weight. This is not worsted. It is Sport DK. Some places a very solid fingering weight. So it's on the lighter end. So what I'm doing is just following the pattern exactly as written. Instead of size 9s, I decided to do it on size 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter. And this is all I have so far. I just started it last Thursday night at knit night. And if I'm done with the sweater, I won't be done with the sweater by tomorrow night. I was going to say, this could just be like my knit night project, just designated knit night project. So, and this is probably what I'll take with me this weekend too, just for fun. So it looks really stupid right now. It looks like really funky legs or something, but I love how the yarn is knitting up. Do you see there's kind of there's a garter ridge section and stockinette. And I was right. It is showing off the texture of the hand spun really well, and I'm really excited. And this is soft. I mean, really soft. The pattern is incredibly easy. So if you want to if you want to make a fun shawl out of some hand spun, jump in and knit with me. We can have an informal knit along. And I have 500 and something yards. It calls for 400. What's nice is that because it starts at the tip and goes up, if I run out, I'll just bind off. And it'll just be the size that it is, and I'll block it out. And I'm a small person, so if it's small, it's fine. Sorry about the catch in my throat. I don't have any water sitting here. I have fiber in my mouth. That is all really that I've worked on. I lied. I keep lying. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I don't mean to lie. I did work on my Fiber Nymph Dye Works Let Me Love You sock. It was my church knitting this week, and it will be until they're done. It's really the only time that I need to have something that I don't want to think about anything else because I'm listening. So this is what I did. I'm really close to being at the heel because if I measured correctly, I should need to just do 2 or 3 rows of the red, which is coming like now. It just started. And then I will be there for the heel. What I'll probably do is get to that point and put that in before I go to church on Sunday, but I'm going to be out of town, so I won't be at church. Anyway, show it to you again. Love it, love it, love it. Lisa is so amazingly talented. I could have just her yarn all the time and be happy, but then I would miss out on other people's, but I could have a whole stash room of just her stuff. All right, and that's her Falkland Merino nylon blend. It's her Desire base that there's not a lot of in Ravelry. All right, that is all my knitting. Good grief, that's a lot of knitting. For FOs, I have a couple. I told you I found the one monster. It's one of the babies. You'd think I'd find the mom because she's big. No, I found this right. Well, she's been sleeping with them, and that's why. They might have fallen down under the bed. I didn't look. But here's this guy. How can you not love these guys? See the googly eyes? And I mean, seriously, how can you not love the monsters? Oh, love them, love them. She loves them. Nice and soft. This is out of Cascade 220 Superwash, Plum Crazy, and some green I cannot remember the name of, and some white felt. So, yeah. So, can you wait just a minute? I'm almost done. Okay, go downstairs and play for just a minute, and then I'll get it for you.
I want to sit.
Okay, he's going to sit with Lucy. I finished my Seedling Dreams hat. And I have blocked it. This is out of Barocco Vintage, worsted weight. I've made quite a few hats. I don't think I've loved one as much as I love this. No, you can't. You have to go get some pants on first. They're right here. Go in your bedroom and put those on. Get them turned right side out and put those on, and then come back and you can say hi. Don't you love the interruptions? I hope that you're patient with me and that you don't mind, because he is really cute. So anyway, here's the hat. It's not super slouchy, which is fine with me. I probably could have blocked it more, so I didn't want to. I love the 2.5 inches of the ribbing because of where it places the hat, and it makes me want to change my Royal Iris hat to do this. And I might actually make one with really long ribbing and see how it looks, and then maybe add that as an option. We'll see. I do have some more self-striping yarn that I wouldn't mind using up on a hat. So anyways, I love it. It fits me really well. I wore it when I went and walked this morning, and I do have enough to make another one out of just with the colors reversed, which I think would look awesome. So Eli wants to come say hi. Come here, bud. I'm just talking to the computer, and people are going to watch it later. They're going to watch it like a movie. So do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Do you want to sit with me for a minute while I talk? Okay. So anyway, this was made on US size 7, which is a 4.0 millimeter. She called for a size 5. If you'll remember, I started it on that, and it was way too tight. I mean, my hands were just cramping like crazy. So, Amy, you are a loosey-goosey knitter woman. Anyway, I love it, and I think I'm just going to keep it on because it's comfy. Who's a knitter? I did. Oh, loosey-goosey knitter. Our dog's name's Lucy. We call her Loosey-Goosey, and that's what he's talking about. I meant that she knits really loosely when she does it. Does that make sense? She holds the yarn really loosely and wraps it around.
Lucy holds it?
No, not... No, I'll talk to you about it in a minute. Okay, there has been some spinning. This is one of the pigtails that I got. Stop, please. To knit or to spin on my drop spindle. I just finished this last night. It has not been soaked and thwacked. And this is a tie. It's fairly overspun, but that's fine. I spun it into two singles. I split it in half, spun it on my spindle, and then grabbed a different spindle and plied them together. And the way that I separated them, hold on, I separated them to ply, or got it off the spindle by using my new Nost pin. Love it. Anyway, so this is the Emily colorway in the Greenwood Fibers colors, and it's a pretty solid fingering weight, which is awesome. I can't believe I got a 2-ply fingering weight on a drop spindle. Yay for me. So it is going to go up, if you can see, will you stop please? It's going to go up here with the other one that I've finished, and I'll soak it at some point, and I know that's where this is going to come in. Can you sit next to me for just a second? You'll still be on camera, but I want you to sit next to me. There we go. I was gifted this pattern called Drop City, and without the color, you can't really get the full effect. Well, there you go. That's showing up pretty well. It is amazing in person, and it's very simple, short rows that just kind of grow. And I was thinking it would be fun once I get all of those spun up, even though they won't be matchy-matchy, if I were to put them together to make this. And this was gifted to me last week by Kelly from Sheep Dreamery, so thank you. And yeah, so that's my plan for those. We have entertainment. All right. The other thing that I spun this week is the alpaca that I promised you like a month ago. Do you remember the fawn colored alpaca and the dark brown? Well, this, not again. Stop. This is what I spun. I wasn't trying to be incredibly consistent, which I succeeded with. It was so much fun to spin. I've never spun 100% alpaca before, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I think I will try to get some more from her in the future. Eli Randall, come here right now. He's getting the dog to chase the cat, and he's told not to do it, even if I'm not recording. You need to stop right now and make better choices. Thank you. I got 186 yards of, I'd say, DK weight. So anyway, I love how it looks. I don't know what it's going to be. It's actually fairly soft, which is shocking because alpaca usually is kind of pokey. It's a little bit, but not bad. So anyway, oh, and I have to show you this. Do you see how perfectly... Lucy! She just sits and barks at the cat, and the cat does nothing. Just sits there. Do you see how perfectly balanced this is? This is how it came off the wheel. I have never had perfectly balanced yarn come off the wheel. Ever. So, wow. What an accomplishment. I mean, I pulled it off and went and held it up and went, Jake? And he's like, whoa. So, it was fun. I'm at 44 minutes. Woo! I am really sorry if you have earbuds in. Lucy? Eli, will you put the dogs outside, please? Thank you. Ah! What if I'm spinning? Or untwisting. All right. Lastly, designing. I have no acquisitions this week. So, designing. Am I designing? The Cursed Cable Sock test knit is going smashingly. I have one. Okay, Eli. 3 people finished, and let's see, 1, 2, 3 people still working. So, or 2, I don't know. It's almost ready to be released, is really what I was trying to get boiled down to here. I have made the corrections. I haven't seen more corrections suggested. I kind of moved around some, or not, changed some wording last night on one of the spots. Other than that, it's coming along really well. The finished ones are so pretty, and I'm really excited to get this out to you guys. I'm actually wearing mine. Isn't it so pretty? So, yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's a really fun pattern. The effect is amazing, and I think you guys are going to love it. So be looking for that in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to send out messages today saying, hey, how you doing? You know, please give me an update, and see if we can't get it published maybe next week. So I think that's all I have for you. Please remember to come join the group. I have an idea for a possible knit along in the next couple of months that I'm still kind of mulling over in my head. So join the group, get updates, join me on Plurk, Mel-Tran Designs, like I said. VKNs, please jump in at any time. If you're shy, don't worry, because we will pull you right out of your bubble. And if you don't feel like talking, that's fine. You can just come hang out, and we will talk to you and hopefully make you feel comfortable and welcome. And I think that's about it. And I've said that twice now, 3 times. I don't even know. I'm just going to end and stop babbling. So until next week, I hope your week goes great and you get all the knitting and spinning and everything else done that you want. And have a wonderful week. So until next time, keep knitting. Bye.